Hello, welcome to a new unboxing. Today we have a new SYMA product. This is the X13. Okay, I reviewed some time ago the X11. A nice quadcopter, one of the first to introduce a mini gear system, so in order to extend their flying duration. So this one is also using the same type of system, a very micro gear system. So, well, the design is a little bit different, as you can see in the photos. It is a more kind of shrink version of the success story X5 SC. Okay, so, well, you can find it in green or in white. I personally received the white edition. So, well, what you will find in the box, you will find the quadcopter itself. Okay, like this. Well, when you receive it, the prop guard are installed, and the black props are more installed on front, and the white on the back. So I inverted the situation because I am more accustomed to have more light colors front and dark rear. Okay, so here is the quadcopter. Is a shrink version of the X5 SC, as you can I can say. So well, it's the plastic is more or less flexible, more soft. Okay, and it's very light. In order to give you an indication, without any batteries. Okay, you have to open the battery doors like this. Without any batteries, this quadcopter scales something like, well, 23 grams, so it's pretty light, and it comes with 200 milliamps per hour LiPo batteries, ending with a micro LoSi. This one is scaling 7 grams. Okay, so I think you can install more. At least 300 grams, 300 milliamps per hour in the battery bay. So the dimension maybe can interest someone. Of the current one is 19 millimeters by something like 28, and with a width of 8. Okay, as you will see in the battery bay, you will have some free room enough to install a larger model. Okay, like this. So maybe like this in the sense. Probably you can install a more larger one. You will have probably some more free room to for 300 maybe. So well, you have to push the wire like this, and the clips. The good news concerning this quadcopter, you have the presence of a mini switch. So I like these ideas. You have time to install correctly the LiPo and to turn on the mini switch like this. So the LEDs color are nice, red for rear, and blue for front, and white for the side, exactly like some other SYMA product, or for example the GGRC HAC. So the originality of such model is to have the presence of this micro gear system, so with the pinion here and the main wheel. So with this indirect drive, you have extra flight duration. So for example, you can expect at least 5 minutes with such LiPo, especially if you remove the props. So the props are nice, they are efficient to absorb most part of the crash. So well, if you are a beginner, I think it's efficient to keep them. But by the way, I decided to remove, and I'm saving something like 2 grams, 2.3 grams for the 4. Okay, 2.2 okay grams for the 4 props. So it comes with a bag with 4 props, 4 spare props, 2 clockwise, 2 counterclockwise, a micro USB charging cable ending with a micro LoSi connector, and the classic gamepad remote of SYMA. Okay, this is a classic gamepad chassis of SYMA. So a central power button, trimming button on this right part here, so for forward, backward, left and right. This one is for the yaw, the radio command trimming here. Okay, this one can be activated, but I think it is the same model than the camera version, so they let you to be available. So maybe you can activate a camera version with X11C with such a remote, so it could be good news. And 2 shoulder buttons. This one is to select the speed mode. Only 2 speed modes are available. If you press a long time, more than 2 seconds, you can turn on and off the headless mode. And the right shoulder button is to perform some flip. Okay, so basic movement. So concerning the stability, as you will see on the small and quick test, it's a very stable quadcopter. I like it a lot. It's I think with the prop guard installed indoors, it's an ideal quadcopter for beginners. It's not so noisy. It's very stable. The yaw and the pitch and rate in beginner mode are very soft, ideal for beginners. Well, I will make a small demonstration and illustrate maybe problems I encounter with this model. So I will turn on the quadcopter first, turn on the remote. So you have to arm the quadcopter by pushing up and down the throttle, and when the LEDs become solid, it's armed. So it's bound. So to calibrate gyroscope, you have to push both sticks in lower left position, and as you can see, the LEDs flashed more slowly. So now it's calibrated. So I will fly it. So this is a yaw. Is a little bit slow, okay. But this is a very stable quadcopter. The remote are more adapted for summer, not for pincher, but it's okay. So without the prop guard, I found the vertical punch more better than with. Of course, you can. So only 2 grams make a lot of difference. So it's okay. So this is a beginner mode. I will engage now the speed mode. 2 beep, and now you can see the pitch and are much better, but it's not so fantastic. I will perform a flip. So you can see it's very tight. You have a throttle push pushing just before the flipping in order to take altitude, because you will lose after the flips. So that's a good point. I will land now. The motors are the same that the X11, so they are 6 millimeters by 15 or 7 millimeters. I am not sure. I will give you exactly the same, the exact reference in my review. So, but I am sure that they are exactly the same that the SYMA X11. Okay, so they are known to be a little bit fragile over time, especially the clockwise. So be aware. Check before the first time that every props are spinning freely by hand. Okay, be sure of it, and eventually add a small drop of silicone oils in this this part. Unfortunately, no ball bearings. It's so tiny that you cannot install any ball bearings. So you have the main friction here, and it can reduce the life of the motors if this part is not correctly oiled, or you have a problem of meshing between the connection between the main gear and the pinion. Okay, so be aware of this. Check before each flight that there is no extra friction introduced in the gear system. What I can say about the control, the yaw is not fantastic, but it's okay for outdoors. Well, when you will see my outdoors video, you will notice that even in sport mode, this quadcopter cannot handle wind very well. In fact, the pitch rate is not strong enough in wind to fight against the wind. So in fact, you can even stay on place in the face of the wind sense. So it's not really good news, especially if you have the prop guards. It's very slow quadcopter in forward movement in the presence of wind. So absolutely not wind resistant. But there is a good news. It's concerning the control. I noticed that if you fly your quadcopter, this quadcopter with a Devo controller, as you may know, the SYMA protocol is now hacked in the last 19 build, and it's possible to fly SYMA and especially this model. So if you turn this model, bind the SYMA, okay, as you can see, it's possible, and each rate with the SYMA, with the Devo controller is much better. And now I am in beginner mode. You will see the difference. Okay, look, the yaw is much faster. Okay, so, and now in expand mode, the pitch and the yaw rates are even better. You can see the difference in the rate is even better. So this is a good news. You will see on the videos that all yaw, pitch and tilt rates are improved when it's controlled by the Devo controller. It means that now with the Devo control you can handle the wind much better. So in these cases you can fly outdoors. I will say that if you don't have a Devo controller, it's not really an outdoors flyers well, because you have more or less always some wind and you will be frustrated. That is non-capacity to fight the wind, and it have only if you fly with such controller. Okay, so for me the main concern of this quadcopter is more or less dedicated to fly indoors. Okay, for beginners. Outdoors, I don't advise to take it, especially with this radio and if you have the prop guard installed. Okay, so this is the main disadvantage. If you have a Devo controller with natively installed, no problem, go forward. It's a nice, very nice quadcopter, offering more or less 6 minutes of flying duration. I hope to extend the range, the flying duration by installing 250, maybe 300 milliamps hours LiPo. Okay, so well, I like the gear system to increase the flying duration. I like, because it's a very silent quadcopter too. That's a good point. And I like the stability in general, and I like how it is controlled by the Devo. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Bye bye.